This is a quick garden visit and an update to my planters from a previous video, and to show you a bit of a disaster. Okay, thought I'd do a quick update of what my planters are like now. This is obviously the chair and how it's flourished. The one above it hasn't changed because it's not real, and obviously around my door hasn't changed because that's all faux flowers. But look at the tower, the 3-layer tower of flowers, and how that's changed. And these, they have the most beautiful scent. Early morning and late evening particularly, the air is full of the scent. So lovely. Hanging basket finally has flourished. And there's my bike. Unfortunately, my little basket light on the front has given up the ghost and disintegrated. But they're at least 10 years old, so it's to be expected. Let's have a better look at the bike. The saddlebags are now quite full. Here they are. You can just barely see them through the flowers. In fact, the flowers of this are blending in with the tower now. And there's another saddlebag at the other side. This is a very old bike light we bought. And we've got a little fake light in there that comes on every evening. It's my man on the bike sculpture that I made from chicken wire. Flowers, I think I've talked you through these before, these are petunias, trailing petunias of different kinds, upright petunias. I've talked you through them all before. This turned out to be slightly too bright a shade for what I wanted, but it's so beautiful. I've left it in there. That's my large calla lily. This was actually initially given to me as a single leaf cutting by one of my patients. It's absolutely flourished, and I've got 3 of them now, maybe 4, from the same plant. I have noticed though that the leaves are going a bit yellow on the edge, and I think that's probably because we've had so much rain over the last few weeks. The head planter has got a plant in it called an ameline. Really beautiful when I bought it, but you'll see by comparison it's now gone a little bit brown, a little bit discoloured. Now when I purchased this, we got a bout of really hot weather, and it was thriving, but then started going a bit brown. And you see just black on brown on the ends. Some of the pieces are completely brown. So I gave it plenty of water, fed it with a plant food especially for outdoor containers, which had contained a moisture retaining gel. Still see bits of it in here actually. You'll see little bits of it in here. So I thought, it's drying out. Great plant food, great for keeping your plants a little bit moist, retaining the moisture in hot weather. But then I realised, I did my research, a little bit of research, and realised that I was overwatering. Then the sun ended, and we had loads and loads of rain, and it's hardly stopped since in the last couple of weeks. So all the new growth that I've got from drying it, from being careful not to overwater, I've got a bit more brown from all the rain. So I've been basically squeezing the root ball to make sure there's no excess water after the rain, and emptied my pot out of any water. I've been doing that most days, every day. I've been doing it to get my plant back into tip-top condition. At least I'm hoping I can. This one is a Californian lilac. In spring and summer it gets covered in prolific blue flowers. Beautiful little tiny bunches of tiny blue flowers. Bees absolutely love it. This is a replacement this year. The one that we did have before it was massive. It was as tall as the window. It was more like a tree, and it was a lovely shape. It got two parts to the trunk, and it was covered in bees in the summer. And I'd decorate it all with crystals in summer, and autumn we put all that Halloween stuff in it, and it was a lovely tree, beautiful tree. Doesn't really need anything extra, but I used to use it for decorations. So this one's got a big space to fill, literally. As you can see, I've put this in its place. I've put little pots. I'm just trying to fill the space until this one catches up and grows a bit more. It's got a lot of growing to do. This is a lovely planter that I bought from Gardener's World, and I've planted it up with lobelia and petunias and sweet peas. It's looking a little bit worse for wear because of the rain. This is a daylily. Doesn't go in my colour scheme at the moment in the garden, but they're very beautiful. And you get one, each flower lasts just one day, and they're very beautiful. Let's take you along. This is my planter. Remember, I planted up the chimney. That's looking nice now. It's just the sweet peas in the door that are not doing very well. I think something's been eating them still, and I just cannot find what it is. The other sweet peas are flourishing really nicely, but not that one. Still quite nice. Little head planter, little Wellingtons, and best of all, although it's not flowered yet, my sweet peas. Remember, I planted these up, and this is like an obelisk, but the flowers are not open yet. I wanted to wait until they were open to film, but my other plants will have peaked before then, so I thought I'd just show you now. This is one of the calla lilies I got from the original plant. I've got an arch here, which is a bird feeding station. It did have a passion flower growing over it, but that sadly hasn't come back this year. And we've got buddleia, which the bees like. And this is a honeysuckle, and it gives out the most gorgeous scent, particularly early morning and evening. It's just a very pungent scent. Here's my new solar light. I'm not that impressed usually with solar lights, but these are quite good because they've got all different colours. And twinkling pastel colours. Yeah, you can see different colour flashes, different bright colours, pastel colours, different patterns. I'm not too keen on LED solar lights usually because they don't last that long. You know, you've got them just for summer. And in England, we tend to have quite short summers really, not much daylight. But I particularly like these because of the different modes and colours. Okay, we'll see how they perform. Okay, I showed you my lovely solar lights. Well, this is all that's left. End of the wire. no lights. I put them on there 3 weeks ago and they look quite nice. I've got them all set to green. I highlighted my little green man faces quite nicely. See them there? They were meant to kind of poke through the green foliage that was on this wisteria. But I wasn't banking on a visit from Edward Scissorhands. And my husband, Ivan, he turned into Edward Scissorhands. He doesn't do things by halves. He's pruned it. He's pruned it really, really well. Top of the wisteria is still all there. I mean, obviously, easy to say it's not. No, it's not at its best at the moment. It hasn't got any flowers on. Of course, they've all gone now. Last month saw the end of those. So we thought it was a good time to just prune it down. So my lights met an untimely end, unfortunately. So I see this solar panel in the bin. And he said, where's that come from? He said, oh, it's off some old lights on that arbour. I said, oh, okay. And I thought, well, that looked really new. Oh. Then that night, all was revealed, or not revealed. When there were no lights showing down the garden, in this area, I came to investigate and found it hacked my lights to pieces. They'd gone, completely gone. I said to him, what's happened to my lights? They were old ones. I said, no, they weren't. They're brand new. I've only put them on 3 weeks ago. Well, you never told me you put lights on there. You should have said. I mean, they're not tiny. They're not tiny little LEDs like you get, on the battery lights or anything. They're quite big. They're quite big LEDs. So, never mind. He's not dead yet. And I do need him. Now, I'm not making any negative inference at all here. I'm just merely showing you something that we bought from BBC Gardener's World show last month. That's all I'm doing.